Good afternoon. My name is Shalaka Khot, and today we are going to present about AI-powered support, delivering smarter service for every customer. Here with me is Tony Vai, my teammate, and Tony and I have many commonalities. He's a Hokie from Virginia Tech, and so am I. And he is a Patriot from George Mason, and so am I. Let me first tell about Tony, then I'll tell about myself. So Tony is the Director of Customer Support at TechnoMile, and has been with TechnoMile for a very, very long time. And we appreciate him a lot. And today he is joining me in this session, and I'm thankful. Now about me, I am co-founder at TechnoMile, and I am also a professor at Virginia Tech. I did my research in artificial intelligence and digital transformation and future of work. So that's the PhD focus of mine. So today, when we talk about customer support, we talk about people. Customer support is all about people. So as not just a co-founder of a technology company, but also as a professor, as someone who is a faculty at a university, I am going to talk in terms of people, because that's what I do. I care about the empathy aspect of it that is crucial in the world of AI. So when we think about AI, which is currently ubiquitous, AI is everywhere. In this particular scenario, when we see that AI is everywhere, we think, how can this AI enable me in my customer support, from my customer support team when I'm using it in my company? So when you are all done with your implementation at TechnoMile, what customer support does is they help you not just understand, but they also help you elevate what you are trying to achieve in what you do. So at its core, this session is about human expertise and machine intelligence coming together to improve customer outcomes. Next.
It's not. It's not working. Okay.
AI in government contracting has hit an inflection point. A need to do more with less is there. The decisions that are happening today will define who is going to be a leader in the competitive space. Governments are actively mandating, requiring adoption of AI to improve the service delivery. The US OMB's 2024 mandate and the DoD's call for mission-critical enabler about AI shows that it's not anymore an option. It is something that needs to be done. But we have seen that 70% of digital transformation projects fail. It's like, it's not just one simple thing that you do. It is multiple aspects coming together, like misalignment of strategy, weak infrastructure, data architectures, poor change management. So success actually demands governance, scalable architecture, and human-in-the-loop design. When I think about AI personally, I feel AI is being ubiquitous everywhere in our life. Today morning, when I was starting my car and I started Spotify, AI knew what to bring for me. When you all watch, let's say, Netflix, AI is understanding you. AI is trying to remember what you prefer, what are your preferences, what makes you special, how can those practices AI bring to the table to enable you. There is this thought that AI is here to take my job. So when a new software is brought into a company, people think, this particular software is given to me so that I can work on it, but looks like what I used to do manually, it's automating, so will I lose my job? Definitely not. That is not how it should be thought about, because that is what it is for, is to make your job more easy for you. It understands what you're doing, so you can actually think about a strategy aspect. Like, let's say if you were working with a tool, an AI tool that understands what you say, like let's say some grammar tool. The grammar tool will correct the grammar in your sentences, but it is not going to actually just completely do all your work. At the end of the day, what has to be said is you. You know what has to be said. And the tool is just going to help you improve those sentences with grammar. So it's like that. AI is trying to understand you. It's the loop. AI is a loop. And in that loop, human intelligence plays a very important role. So it's the combination of artificial intelligence and human intelligence that brings the real difference. The more you understand and work with AI, the more AI will help enable you. Next slide. Thank you. So, whenever AI solutions are brought in any company, a new software comes in, there are so many different barriers are there. There can be legacy and fragmented systems. There can be data architecture issues. Most important from research perspective that I have seen is trust. The trust in AI. The trust in AI drives the workflows. If the individual trusts in that AI, then that individual is better able to collaborate with their team as well. And any kind of architectural issues or integration skills lacking or all those other barriers that are there, they can eventually be completely and very simply resolved with the use of AI as well as the support that you get from TechnoMile. At TechnoMile, we don't just look at our customers as someone who we have to help. We look at our customers as someone we have to enable to succeed. We want them to succeed as much as we want us to succeed. We are a team together that works on improving these practices and processes that are in play when you use the software. So it's connecting the dots across capture, across contracts, and compliance. TechnoMile solutions have always, since the start of this company, being a co-founder of this organization, TechnoMile solutions have always been designed to cater to the needs of our customers, government contractors. We are very proud to say that we deliver especially that enables our customers. Next, please. Thank you. So how do we incorporate AI to deliver the success? While agencies are being asked to use AI, they are literally asked to deliver through it, because the requirement is to do more with less. And that's where AI is actually extremely important. So what we do is we embed AI throughout our delivery stack. Like I said, contract intelligence, capture management, compliance mapping. Through the whole from this to that, the whole thing, you will see every single step we have it. The AI assisted portal that we have is the knowledge base, is the agent that consolidates configuration, user guidance, and proactive insights. So just like you don't want, let's say you have an iPhone. Everybody has like a phone that has like tons of apps, right? So you have all these apps, and sometimes you feel, rather than doing these so many different things on these different apps, how about one thing that I have to access and through which I can do everything, right? Rather than accessing so many apps. Sometimes that thought comes in your mind. So think of TechnoMile that way, TechnoMile solution that way. Rather than going to 10 different places for your data, for your processes, in your government contracting thoughts that you have, if you can just go at one place to one solution that gives you so many different data pieces that can enable you towards that success that you want and deserve, isn't that amazing? So it's human in a loop. It's an assurance. Our support team, our engineers validate the recommendation and ensure the context is relevant for you through every single step of the way. So what is the outcome? Well, faster onboarding, reduced compliance efforts, measurable ROI, and the most important is a trust that yes, I have someone who I can rely on, a human that I can rely on while I am using this AI. Because AI, at the end of the day, is not driving everything. It is the human. It is this hokey, this patriot who is leading our customer support team. He is going to be there to talk to you. So, yeah. it is a combination. It's a loop of human and artificial intelligence. Next, please. Framing the lens. Why segment-based? Why segment-based? Well, when you go to a gym, is it that you run exactly the same pace or the same amount as someone else in that gym? No. Just because you have the same brand treadmill doesn't mean you're gonna do the same exact thing on that treadmill. So that applies here. You can be a small business. You can be an enterprise company dealing with tons and tons of different kind of issues. And we see that. We see that you are unique. Your issues are unique. We understand that. And we have understood that from our past experiences. So that is why it's a segment-based viewpoint. Segment-based challenges matter. Now, government is asking you to use AI to deliver better, faster, more transparently. So we have built our own AI support framework. And even though it is extremely highly innovative, thanks to our engineering team, it is exactly created for your needs. We very well understand what you need is not what something that is out of ordinary. We have researched, we have got the data, we have got the backing, we have the technology, we have processes, we have people that you can rely on. It has been done for a decent amount of time, and that is how we have come to where we are. Now, I will transfer you to my teammate, Tony, and he will help you understand why exactly and how exactly TechnoMile solutions will help you feel elevated in your game. Thank you.
Thank you, Shalaka. Appreciate the kind introduction and setting the context for this discussion today. I'm Tony. I lead the support team at TechnoMile. I've been working with customers for many years, not just break-fix issues, but helping drive enablement of product features, helping them understand where to get features configured, and coordinating information amongst teams within the organization to help meet your goals with our product. Before I get in, I'm going to get into some examples here in a second, but before I do, I want to set the context for this discussion and really hone in on a point. And what is a support team trying to accomplish? So as a support function, what is our end goal? How do we determine success as a team? And what I'm going to get at is not just true of TechnoMile support, but just any support team that you're working with. And so there are really two different types of metrics for support that we look at. There are internally facing metrics. I'm not going to talk about that today, but if you're interested in learning about level solvable rates and cost per case and triage levels, stop by the support function. I'm more than happy to have that conversation with you over a beer later or a cup of coffee after this. But there's really one metric for customers and prospects using support that matters most to you all. And it matters for a variety of reasons, but most importantly, when you interact with the support team, you remember an interaction that you have with that team based on this measure, for better or worse. For better, you were able to get that issue resolved, and it left you feeling more confidence in that organization's ability to deliver support against their product. Or for worse, research has shown that you may very well cancel your service based on a support interaction. And if you're like me, You've canceled a service over a support interaction. And so I'm going to give you kind of an example to bring this metric a bit more to light. But a few years ago, I wanted to, I had a home Wi-Fi package, but I had a PC that I wanted to run wired internet to. And it just made sense to me because the internet came to the building through a wire. I should be able to plug a wire into the wall and get wired internet. I had messed around with this for a couple hours and trying to get it to work. I had everything, what I thought, set up correctly. I had checked all my settings. There should have been no reason why I did not get internet to my computer. And so after spending a couple hours on this, I called the service provider, and over the course of 3 hours, I was transferred from 7 different people having to re-explain my problem every single time. And the final person I got to, the final boss more or less of this exchange, told me I had to upgrade my package to get wired internet to my house. I immediately canceled my service based on that interaction. I don't know if any of y'all can relate. If you all have canceled your service over a support interaction, you are my people. So, and by the way, the next day I called another service provider and was like, hey, I need wired internet. They said, fine, it would be an upgraded package. I said, whatever, take my credit card. Just give me internet, solve the issue for me. So the metric that I'm referring to probably no one's surprise, is effort. It is your effort. It is your personal time and energy spent trying to solve an issue. Okay, and this isn't just me. This is based on research. And so this metric was initially released as a part of CEB, Corporate Executive Board's customer experience framework, later bought by Gartner. But this, many leading organizations use this as a key metric of success for a support function. We take a very close look at it, both internally and externally as well. And it reached a bit more widespread attention when Harvard Business Review had published a research paper that organizations need to stop trying to delight their customers and focus more on efficient problem solving of their issues. And if you can even just marginally improve on efficient problem solving of issues, you will see increased adoption and loyalty from that customer. And so that's why it's important to us. And so what is driving small to mid-sized customers to spend more time and energy or effort managing their applications? Oftentimes, it's you'll have just limited staff. There's limited IT people, and sometimes there's not even a full-time IT person altogether. And so a large cloud study found that 43% of SMBs don't even have a full-time IT staff person working with them. And so what you can do with our agent is get summaries of key pieces of information to configure your product or user guidance to make it easier to do what you need to do with your tools. And so if you log into the Success portal, you'll be greeted by, in the lower right-hand corner, our AI agent. And you can ask it questions that you would expect to ask any other agent. And this is referencing our document portal. And so just some examples here. How to add a contract-specific clause. And that is showing up. OK. So it's looking out. It's finding the knowledge article that has reference to this information. And what it will do is after it searches, it'll give you a summary. And so here you go. If you had to use our documentation in the past, you'll appreciate the concise nature of this agent. And so here are the instructions. And it also gives you both a Microsoft Dynamics user guide and a Salesforce user guide. On the growth side, say I want to configure my PWin. Get quick, easy to use information so you're not spending a lot of time finding this out on the knowledge portal. This helps customers, particularly the SMB segment where IT staff might be limited, makes it easy to get to this information. So here you go. Here's instruction on how to do that. It will also reference articles that we have where there's a data validation. So oftentimes our customers are trying to do a process in the system and they run into a data validation. And so you can run those questions into this agent as well. So one that I recently ran into with a customer is, can I add a task order period of performance that extends past the parent contract period? So ask it these questions if you run into these types of issues, or you get a data validation block like this. It'll pull up that information if it exists and give you a summary. What we have embedded into the workflow of this agent as well is if you get stuck on something and it's not giving you the results you need, it's very easy to escalate to a ticket. It's virtually frictionless. So I can't find what I need. It may be that there's documentation that is just missing altogether, or a specific piece of functionality that you want to configure that's missing in the documentation. Create a ticket. What this will do is converts the information. It takes the context from this conversation, and it converts it over to a ticket. So the questions you've been asking the agent then get converted over to the ticket. So if you like asking your agents kind of more abstract personal questions, maybe reconsider when using this one, because we will get the ticket history. It helps us troubleshoot that issue, get it resolved sooner for you. So there you go, the ticket has been created. Plug into these resources. They're available for anyone who logs into the Success Portal. All right. So now we can get into the customer segment examples. Let's go over to medium-sized customers. What are some key challenges with the medium-sized customers that we work with? Scalability and ensuring processes and workflows grow with the organization is a key challenge. So if you have a narrowly defined process that you have set up in the system, it may not work for you anymore. And so it could very well be that you have new business units or functional roles that need to be a part of your workflow now as you kind of reach this level of maturity or scale and revenue and the size of the organization. And this could be because of M&A. It could be because you've won, you're on new contract vehicles, you've got new programs that you're working, or it could just be a shifting business strategy. In all likelihood, you have new controls that are going to dictate access based on roles, records, or your organization's hierarchy. Many of you, if you're a mid-sized organization, you're going to be looking at Zero Trust framework as a cybersecurity control network. And you'll need to understand what will managing least privilege controls look like in your organization now. So these are the types of things that organizations looking to scale are going to need to focus on. And come to us with questions related to what tools exist to help your digital initiatives at scale. It could be that there's something out of the box, easy to use, or embedded in the platform that will help give you those tools that you need to grow and scale your organization. Just to kind of give you an example of a customer I'd worked with a little while back, they wanted to assess their organization's strategic fit against an opportunity's capabilities. And they had a pretty narrowly defined kind of use case for this in mind, but they wanted other functional units brought into this workflow. And they wanted to be able to assess this score kind of objectively on a component and then have some percentage weights applied to give it kind of a roll-up summary of is this a good opportunity to pursue based on our company's capabilities. And they wanted to build something because they wanted it to fit neatly into their use case, but we worked with them on helping them understand a feature that gave them most of what they wanted, not all, but most. And by understanding the trade-offs, the maintenance challenges, that would have otherwise gone with a custom solution, they worked with us and used this feature, which is now upgradable, easier to manage. It takes the kind of management onus off of them and onto us as a product company to be able to deliver that, and they enjoy using that feature now quite a bit. And it's also allowed for them to scale and grow and incorporate other business units into this workflow. So, as a general topic, I just want you to think about, we have a hybrid AI, human-in-the-loop AI support function. How can we enable your teams to be more effective? Bring the business challenge to us and let us help you understand what tools, features, trade-offs might exist with some of these things. Bring those questions to us. Enterprise challenges, so the largest customer segment. You are often spending time interpreting and managing complexity. And anybody out there can relate. If not, it's fine. You know who you are out there. But delivering changes in the context of existing complexity is often hard to do, but doing so in the context of end users, integrations, or undefined scope is often much harder. And so what analysis are you doing, and with what information, to either decouple those workflows and maybe take a standard feature, or sunset that custom workflow or custom process that you have because maybe the maintenance challenges have become too much. So just as an example on this, we worked with a customer who had a unique solution in place on their contract clauses. They wanted to know, they had some new admins and personnel changes at the time, and it was a great opportunity for us to give them some key pieces of information on what they had built in the past. So they wanted to know where the logic was, what triggers were used, what user or groups were affected by it. And in working with us, we were able to give them some written guidance on where all those things were and help them understand the existing functionality and how, as a plan, to decouple some of those workflows from their environment so they could take the standard feature. And so to kind of encapsulate that is our experts, and we have engineers on the support team. We've got plenty of other resources we work with. You have context-specific information that may be needed to do this, but our experts supplemented with AI tools can give you context-specific information on how best to manage the unique characteristics of your system. So let us help you make those assessments, and this will help you have a more informed change management strategy as an enterprise. So just something to think about for those dealing with that type of complexity. In summary, how do I get additional value from TechnoMile Support? Ask us the question, what are you trying to accomplish? What is the business challenge you're trying to solve for? We can help you contrast ideas and figure out ways to accomplish what it is, and it may very well be something simple. It may very well be a management tool. But we are interested in understanding where are you spending more effort than you should be managing your application. We have, over the years, supported many customers in getting the right reports set up so that to improve decision quality of your team and getting the right information in front of stakeholders. I'm happy to get on a call and help work through reports and dashboards with you. Feel free to stop by the support lounge or the success lounge, the support desk. Our team enjoys kind of understanding the business criteria you're looking to make decisions with reports and dashboards. And it's something we've been helping with for quite some time. If you want to know what maintenance issues may come up with a custom solution, or if we have a feature now or on the roadmap that may accomplish most of what you need to, or all potentially, we can help you do that assessment so you're not trading off having to maintain that unique solution on your end going forward. And that's an assessment or analysis we can do with our tools and our technical experts. Another important thing to to think about, and feel free to ask us this type of question, because we've worked with a number of different customers of different makeup, profile. Do I have the right admin governance structure in place for my application? Is my center of excellence set up to help me succeed in managing my application? And so governance is really important for support, because a poorly structured governance structure can lead to data integrity issues, misaligned objectives across the enterprise, and it could create effort for you in managing your application moving forward. So just something to think about. We're happy to take those types of questions. But that is it. So any questions from the audience? I appreciate everybody's time. Thank you.
I think do you have a question? I see mic in your hand.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
That's fine.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so I've been given instruction to read here next steps. So again, thank you for attending today to learn more about how support is enabling you all with the help of AI. These are being recorded and will be sent to all attendees later this month. In about 15 minutes, you've got a little more time than that because we did end early. There'll be 2 tracks of breakout sessions. Grand Ballroom A will be hosting autonomous opportunity identification, how AI is transforming, building a pipeline, in one of our afternoon sessions designed for BD capture and other growth-oriented professionals. That's a bit of a run-on sentence, sorry. Concurrently, at 1:15 Grand Ballroom B, you'll find the session Take Back Your Time inside the AI-powered Transform Copilot. So one of those breakouts, if you're interested in it, go to the corresponding Grand Ballroom A or B, A, Growth, B, Transform Copilot, and stop by the Customer Success Lounge and ask questions. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you so much for your time.